and Championship on the way. As the promoter's choice, driving car number 71 from Western Australia, would you please put your hands together for Peter Richards. Alongside of him, a man who was a former Formula 500 driver and only in his third week at racing at Claremont Speedway, number 21, car number 8, Graham Higgs. Starting from position number 20, a man who last Friday night completely demolished his car, and with the help of his pit crew, Stephen Dow and a whole heap of other people, they worked around the clock and got the car ready. Would you please put your hands together from Tasmania, made it through the final from the Repechage, Peter Aylett, ladies and gentlemen. They're up that end there to the left of me. Drive in position number 19, driving car number 27, a former sprint car, former Grand National champion, and one of the finest drivers in this state from the Repechage heat. Let's hear it for Paul de Lacy, ladies and gentlemen. From position number 18 with 46 points, driving car number 7 from Western Australia, Henry Bailey. Position number 17, driving car number 4 with 46 points from Albany in Western Australia, Kevin Thayer. From position number 16, driving car number 27 from South Australia with 50 points, Peter Drew. From position number 15, driving car number 47 from Victoria with 51 points, Michael Clark. Come on, you can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. From position number 14, from Western Australia with 53 points, driving car number 73, let's hear it for Des Alfarovich. From position number 13, driving car number 16 with 56 points, from Albany in Western Australia, Bill Giddings. From position number 12, driving car number 21 with 69 points, from Gunnedah in northern New South Wales, let's hear it for Pedro Smith, ladies and gentlemen. From position number 11, with 73 points, driving car number 24, the gold miner from Meekatharra, Robert Gray. From position number 10, driving car number 5 with 78 points, the fastest ambulance driver in the West, Big Bad Bert Vosbergen. Woo-hoo! Somebody out there loves you, Bert. From position number 9, driving car number 35 from South Australia with 79 points, one of the finest drivers in the nation today. Let's hear it for Gary Reuter, ladies and gentlemen. From position number 8, from Victoria with 82 points, and a man with a big chance, driving car number 31, let's hear it for Lionel West. From position number 27, beg your pardon, from position number 7, car number 43, former Grand National champion of Australia with 84 points, let's hear it for Tony Giancola. From position number 6, from Kellerberrin in Western Australia with 86 points, driving car number 41, Trevor Pascoe. From position number 5, and we'd like to come to the dais, ladies and gentlemen, from Western Australia, driving car number 6 with 86 points, the man who worked so hard to get there, let's hear it for John Singleton. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Well, John, a big night tonight. We won't keep you long. Just a couple of little words. Congratulations on making the top 5. How do you feel?
I'm really excited and I'm pleased, and I'd like to thank Spare Chucker, Andy, Horse, and my young bloke Jeff, because without the work that they did in the weekend after my little crash there Friday, I just wouldn't be here. Thank you very much.
Let's go racing, Johnny. From position number 4, ladies and gentlemen, a man I'm sure that you've learnt to admire, one of the finest racing car drivers to ever grace this world-famous track, from Brisbane, Queensland, with 94 points, the defending national champion, Ian Gabby Marshall. Ian, you had the privilege in 1988 to be the bicentennial Australian champion. We say here at Claremont Speedway you've got to make time for Speedway in '89. What do you think for this big one tonight?
Well, I've made the time to be here and I'm very proud to be here. I'm very pleased with all the help that all the people over here, yourself, Jeff and Julie Green, Ben Ludlow, Bruce Wilson and everyone's given me. It's been nothing but help since I got here. It's great to be here. It's fantastic to see a crowd like this. I hope they're all enjoying it. I hope they see a good race, and hope I can do it at the other end. It's a big track, a long way round. I don't mind that though. Feels like some of the ones back home, and we'll just do the best we can. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, big welcome to the national champion, defending his title tonight, Ian Gabby Marshall, and a man who is absolutely thrilled us here, driving one of the smallest cars in the field from also Brisbane in Queensland, a Mazda RX-7 with 96 points. Let's hear it for Wayne Randall, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne, a big night. You come here with a big reputation. Your car's gone well all weekend. Now 40 laps. Can you string it all together?
We hope so. We're trying to sort it out the track now, I think, because it's going to get hard, and I think everyone realises that. This bit of a soft stuff here now is going to play a bit of trick for a while, but I think the drivers are very well experienced and will go pretty well on it. While I'm here, also I'd like to thank Ben Ludlow and his family for looking after us while we're here. I don't know if you realise or not, but when you go away to strange places, it's I don't call this a strange place, it's a friendly place, but people you don't know, it's very hard to work on your car and know what to do, and these people have looked after us 100%, and thank them very much for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Queensland, Wayne Randall. And sharing the front row, a man driving car number 9 with 102 points, former sprint car, former Grand National, and one of the finest super sedan car drivers ever produced in Western Australia. Let's hear it for Shorty Ben Ludlow, ladies and gentlemen. Shorty, I won't keep you long. You've worked hard. We talked to you at the beginning of the meeting about your preparation not being the way you would like it, but by gee, mate, I think you look pretty good.
Oh, we're feeling pretty good at this moment, Con, and I think I'd have to thank the boys for working on my car, Bruce, Stan, Kevin and Craig. I'd like to put a few words for the sponsors right now, if you don't mind. It's the BBK Auto Parts people, Castrol and the Carburetor Electrical people that have been behind the car in the last traumatic few weeks. And I'd like to thank the Queenslanders for being excellent guests at my workshop. They even brought their weather with them, so they've been gentlemen. So I'd like to thank them and wish them all the best.
Shorty Ben Ludlow, ladies and gentlemen. What about a big West Australian round of applause? By gee, I tell you what, they're very calm, but a man from position 1, the pride and place in the field, driving car number 15 with 104 points. A former Victorian and 2 times West Australian Super Sedan champion. Ladies and gentlemen, what about a big Claremont Speedway round of applause for Peter Brook? Well, there you are, Peter. I think those words of encouragement must make you feel good. You've worked very, very hard. I'm proud of your son. You've done a wonderful job. Your car's run well. I'm not going to keep you here for long, but congratulations on being position 1.
Thanks very much, Con. We went through a dead motor problem on Friday night. I'd like to thank Alan Nylander for lending a bit of gear for my motor, and it's honking along well tonight, so we're going to get in there and give it all our best. Thanks to Rob and Veggie and the girls for putting up with us. We've been pains for the last couple of weeks. Thanks to me boys from work. I'll be back next week. Thanks very much, and we'll give it our best shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man pride and place tonight, Peter Brook. Ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, for your enjoyment, 22 of the finest drivers in the nation after 46 started this weekend. On behalf of BP and Ian Diffin, Claremont Speedway, we now proudly present for your entertainment the 1988-89 BP Australian Super Sedan Championship.
General John Day is our official starter. There he is, Normie Kerr behind the wheel of the official start car. As the pace starts to quicken, we are about to go racing for the BP Australian Super Sedan Championship, and off they go. 22 cars charge into turn number 1. It's the West Australian driver, Ben Ludlow, who goes straight into the lead. In second place, we've got action back through the pack. Trevor Pascoe got shunted sideways, went dangerously close to the safety fence. In fact, I think he's got a flat rear tyre. That may bring on the caution lights, but at the moment, we're still under racing conditions. And it's Ben Ludlow leading. In second place, Peter Brook. Then we go back to the defending champion, Ian Marshall from Queensland. Further back there to the fellow Queensland driver, That, of course, is Wayne Randall. Right behind them is John Singleton. Then the South Australian driver, Gary Reuter. And right behind them is Tony Giancola. The very big pack of super sedans as they charge off the end of the main straight. We are now down to just 20 cars. Already Trevor Pascoe has pulled out, and also the West Australian driver, Graham Higgs. So just 20 cars remaining now as we look up on the leaders board. And it's Ben Ludlow in a 1973 Rambler Javelin machine, a beautifully prepared car. He is one of the most experienced sedan drivers in the nation today, and now piloting this very fast Rambler Javelin as he goes down the back straight, leading this all-important final. In second place, Peter Brook. Right behind him is the current Australian champion in Ian Marshall. Further back is John Singleton, then Wayne Randall, and further back again to the South Australian driver, Gary Reuter. The pace is quite fast. It's just under 22 seconds a lap. So they're negotiating Ian Diffin Claremont Speedway at around about 130 kilometres an hour, which is very quick when you consider that the track is fairly heavy in this early stages of the final, and they have still got 35 laps left down the back straight. Ben Ludlow is about 4 cars clear now of Peter Brook. Then comes Ian Marshall. Right behind them, John Singleton, Wayne Randall and Gary Reuter. They are the top cars in this championship final, and already with just 6 laps completed, we see that the lead cars are starting to lap the slower machines. So as they work it hard down the back straight, Ben Ludlow's got first position well and truly in his keepings at the moment, and he's gone through the first of the slower cars without too much drama. We've got Kevin Thayer out there in car number 4. Now he has got a flat tyre, and he's gone straight off the racetrack. That's why Ben Ludlow was balked momentarily. In fact, balked so much so that he's allowed Peter Brook to move up on the inside. Well, very unfortunate there for Ben Ludlow, because there was absolutely nothing he could do, nor the driver who had the flat tyre. That was Kevin Thayer. The car obviously was completely mishandling, and that's the reason why Ben Ludlow had to take evasive action and went underneath him. But have a look at this as they charge down the back straight. I think the back of car number 9 is completely gone. It has. The suspension or the back axle, something has gone amiss with car number 9. He's blowing a rear tyre, and the early race leader, Ben Ludlow, is one of the first of the major casualties out of the 1988-89 BP Australian Super Sedan Championship. The race lead has now been inherited by Peter Brook, the man who gained pole position after being the highest points qualifier over 12 qualifying heats. In second place now is the South Australian driver, Gary Reuter. And what a great drive by him. He's come from about 6th position, and he is now starting to quickly move up through the field. In third place is John Singleton. In 4th position is the Queensland driver Wayne Randall, and in 5th place is the other Queensland driver Ian Marshall. Have a look at John Singleton. He has got his tear-offs flapping in the breeze from the other side of his helmet. He's completely lost all his protective covering for his eyes. That's the reason why there's that stream of plastic coming from the tail of car number 6, the West Australian driver of John Singleton. Our race leader is still Peter Brook, but he is now starting to negotiate the slower traffic. He's going to go by Michael Clark. There he goes, the Victorian driver Michael Clark. Gary Reuter from South Australia got tangled with Clark momentarily, but he gets out of harm's way. Then back to John Singleton, and you can see that that stream of rip-offs which I'm talking about. There it is. That's the protective coating that these drivers have up in their helmet to protect them from the mud, which could get into their face. But at the moment, the race is continuing with just 26 laps remaining now of this championship final, and we've had a positional change. Gary Reuter from South Australia has moved through on the inside of Peter Brook. That was a brilliant piece of driving, and now we see the great chase. It's well and truly on. This is breakneck speed that these super sedans are setting, and this is going to, of course, ask the question, just will these cars last at such a furious pace? Gary Reuter is first. Peter Brook is in second. John Singleton is in third. Then we go back to the Queensland driver in Ian Marshall, followed by Wayne Randall. Well, it's getting a little bit confusing because we've got a lot of slower cars out there at the track at the moment. They are being passed by our front runners, but at the moment, this BP Australian Super Sedan Championship is being led by the man from across the border in South Australia, Gary Reuter. He is now 10 car lengths clear of his nearest rival, the man who started in the coveted pole position, the West Australian driver, Peter Brook. Behind Peter Brook is another West Australian star performer in John Singleton. Then comes the defending champion in Ian Marshall, but the lights have gone on. The lights have come on because at the entrance to the main straight, Tony Giancola, car number 43 on screen, and also Peter Richards, car number 71, the other West Australian driver, have been involved in a race accident. And in fact, one of the cars has lost a tyre. I think it was Peter Richards who shed that tyre. 14 cars getting ready to face the starter now for a restart with 23 laps remaining of this 1988-89 BP Australian Super Sedan Championship final, and already we've got some major positional changes now at the front of the field. Gary Reuter from South Australia has gone into the lead. In second place is John Singleton, then back to Peter Brook, and the defending champion Ian Marshall's now up into fourth place. Powering off the end of the main straight, Gary Reuter is making the charge. Oh, he just about lost it. He has. He's gone sideways right in front of the oncoming traffic. Managed to bring it under control, but he's lost the lead. In fact, he's gone from first back into fourth place. John Singleton is now our race leader. In second place, Ian Marshall from Queensland, and he's the man that most of these drivers have feared because he's the defending state champion. He is also the fastest man to pilot a Super Sedan around Ian Diffin Claremont Speedway. He took 12 seconds off a 12-lap race record in the qualifying heats during Friday night's action, and now here he is up into second place already, but we've got one car into the fence halfway through Pitts Bend. That is Bert Bosbergen, a former state Super Sedan champion, has gone straight into the fence. Unfortunately, the car turned right at the wrong time and he's cannoned into the fence, and so we'll have to pick this championship final back up at second restart underway now. We've just on 20 laps remaining, so we're at half race distance, and we're down to just 11 cars now as they power out of turn 2. And have a look at the battle for first and second. John Singleton from Western Australia is leading the defending champion Ian Marshall. In third place is Peter Brook, then back to the South Australian Gary Reuter. Right behind him is Wayne Randall, but just have a look at this big pack still circulating this big Ian Diffin Claremont Speedway. Very fast indeed. The action coming our way courtesy of King West, and they're doing a great job as we pick up first and second now. It's John Singleton leading. In second place, Ian Marshall. Just have a look at the Queenslander working hard behind car number 2. But gee, that machine in fact is starting to bellow some smoke. So car 2 may have some problems, either coming from the motor department or with a tyre possibly rubbing on the bodywork of that machine. In third place is another West Australian driver, Peter Brook. So it's WA 1 and 3 at the moment. Queensland in second, South Australia in fourth, Queensland in fifth. The charge is on. Off the end of the main straight, Peter Brook is in third place now as he starts to move up on the tail of Ian Marshall, but just have a look at Marshall. He in turn is starting to work our race leader overboard, and it's John Singleton. As they come onto the main straight now, the West Australian driver's gone wide. Oh, has to shut the gate right in front of Ian Marshall. Marshall backed off momentarily, brings car number 2 back online, goes for another charge now as they go down the back straight. Absolutely tense moments here with just on 15 laps remaining of this championship final. The 1988-89 BP Australia Super Sedan Championship being run here at Ian Diffin Claremont Speedway in Western Australia, with John Singleton our race leader, Ian Marshall in second place, Peter Brook in third, Gary Reuter fourth, Wayne Randall 5th, Peter Drew in 6th, and Robert Gray in 7th. That's the top 7 cars now as they charge onto the main straight. And John Singleton is at this moment being pressured all the way by the defending champion Ian Marshall in that super fast car number 2. Down the back straight they go once again. John Singleton mid-track wide now as he hurries out of turn number 4, knowing, oh, Marshall's in trouble. Ian Marshall's out of the event. Car number 2, Ian Marshall is out of the race. Well, absolute drama in this championship final. The man placed in 2nd position, the man who was defending his title at this championship after travelling all the way from Queensland, is out of the event. This means now that John Singleton is about 10 car lengths clear of the man in 2nd place, Peter Brook, also from Western Australia. There's the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th on the screen at the moment. Gary Reuter from South Australia is in 3rd. Wayne Randall from Queensland is in 4th. Then back to Peter Drew from South Australia and Robert Gray from WA. So the action at the moment is 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Those positions well and truly up for grabs. Gary Reuter, car number 95, a very fast car indeed, but just seems to get out of shape every now and again, and it's lost him the race lead earlier in this final, and it's also lost him a couple of other positions in the latter stages of this event. Car number 35 or 95 written across the tail. Of course, we are looking at roof numbers. We are calling this championship by roof numbers, so it's 35, Gary Reuter on the roof. Right behind him is 36, Wayne Randall in the little RX-7 Mazda from Queensland. Behind them is Peter Drew from South Australia, and behind them is the West Australian driver from Meekatharra in Robert Gray. But just have a look at this tense battle back through the pack. At the front of the field we have got John Singleton about 15 car lengths clear of his nearest rival, who is fellow West Australian driver Peter Brook. He in turn is 15 car lengths clear of the man in 3rd position. That's the man on screen leading that charge, Gary Reuter from South Australia. Wayne Randall, one of the crowd favourites in the RX-7 Mazda, is in 4th place. Then back to the South Australian driver Peter Drew, and right behind him Robert Gray from WA. The pace is absolutely incredible. They have still been able to maintain consistent 21-second laps, which would put them at around about 140 kilometres an hour. Laps ticking by. We are now less than 6 laps away from the championship final conclusion, with John Singleton, our race leader, Peter Brook in 2nd position, and then right back to that tense battle for the minor placings. Gary Reuter, the man in the hot seat as far as 3rd position is concerned, because Wayne Randall is doing everything in his power to try to grab 3rd position off Reuter. Peter Drew is behind them. Then further back to Robert Gray. But our race leader is a quarter of a lap clear of this action, and that of course is John Singleton. Less than 5 laps to go of this championship final, and the crowd are already starting to jump up and down and get very excited, because John Singleton is on his way to a championship final win. And this has been an excellent exhibition of driving by John Singleton. There he is on screen, car number 6. We'll cheer him all the way home now as he moves out of turn number 4 onto the main straight with 3 laps remaining. 3 laps remaining of this BP Australian Super Sedan Championship final for 1988-89. John Singleton powers through turns 3 and 4. He knows that he's got this race in his keeping if he can just hang on now for 2 laps. In 2nd place is the West Australian driver Peter Brook, and there is the battle. We just saw it on screen with Gary Reuter hanging on to 3rd place desperately. But John Singleton, Peter Brook, the man in 2nd place there, car number 15. These 2 drivers have well and truly cleared out from the opposition. The white flag comes out. 1 lap to go for car number 6. John Singleton in 2nd place. Peter Brook, but there he is, the crowd standing up. They're giving him a well and truly deserved standing ovation. John Singleton is the new Australian Super Sedan champion. In second place, Peter Brook. In third place will be the South Australian driver, Peter Drew, followed by the Queensland driver, Wayne Randall, then back to WA's Robert Gray. But there is no taking it away from the man who really has dominated the latter stages of the 1988-89 BP Australian Super Sedan Championship final from WA, John Singleton. In second place, the WA driver in Peter Brook. In third place, the South Australian driver, Peter Drew. Yes. Rightio, I'll do that now if you like. And the time for the last 20 laps on the Wins time clock was 7:10:34. From track,
to Cotton Grove. Thanks very much indeed, Wayne. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure tonight you have witnessed one of the finest sporting spectacles in Western Australia, and I'd like you to go back and write to the media in this state, because, by gee, I reckon that they should really take a lot of notice of this sport, because tonight we have seen a fabulous sporting spectacle. In third place tonight in the BP Australian Super Sedan Championship, I'd like to welcome Mr. John Bartels, the BP sales manager from lubricants in Western Australia. Peter Drew in third place from South Australia, a young man who got it in the last quarter, in third place tonight. Peter, congratulations.
Peter, well done. BP Australia, while promoting Visco 2000 motor oil, our new generation oil, is very pleased to be associated with Claremont Speedway. The racing's always been exciting, and tonight's no exception, so congratulations.
Thanks very much. It was a long trip over here, and we didn't start really qualifying too well through our heats. But I think perseverance sort of paid off in the end. I'd like to thank a few people. Cotton Grove, that's for the Speedway. BP, I think it was. George Bailey for giving us a hand with the car. Stephen Dale for the help with tyres and some panel work this week. Better thank Mrs. Brown, Linda Brown and Debbie and Alex, the crew, and Peter Seaboth, and yeah, anyway, the wife. I think I better hand it back. I can't really get it all together. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Drew from South Australia. In second place tonight, a man who raced so hard, he won the pole position. He has won a West Australian title on 2 occasions, also won a Victorian title, and second in the national title for 88-89. Would you please put your hands together for Peter Brook, ladies and gentlemen. John.
Congratulations, Peter.
Peter, a mighty effort tonight, son. You worked hard, certainly by no means disgraced, and as I said to you before the race, we're proud of you, and I should imagine you should take back to all the sedan car drivers this weekend. They have really stamped their name in glory in Speedway.
I'd like to thank all the competitors. It was a nice, clean race. You know, it got a bit hairy there for a while. I saw a lot of cars going past me, but to the boys that work on my car, mate, this is for you, and this is for everybody that supports me and sedans.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Brook, a mighty effort here tonight. And stay up here, Peter, because I reckon we want you to do a lap of honour. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege and pleasure once again to welcome another great Speedway champion, the world's longest running Speedway, 62 years, a proud tradition, and a man whose name will go down the history of this track as one of the finest drivers, national champion for 1988-89. Would you put your hands together for Mr. John Singleton?
Congratulations, John. Terrific race, mate. Well done. Congratulations.
Well, John, I suppose last night, on Friday night at a certain heat, your car was crumpled up, and I bet you then you said, well, that's the end of my title. There is no chance. Your jaw was on the ground. You went home with your pit crew. You worked so hard, and tonight I shake the hand of the national champion for 88-89. Ladies and gentlemen, our Australian champion, John Singleton.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but I'd like to thank my sponsors, Brian Burnett, who's over there somewhere, Ron Mitchell Motors, Bright Shine Wreckers, there's lots of them, Brookie for the motor, to the place getters, Peter Brook and Peter Drew, both fine drivers, and to my crew, Spear Chucker, Andy, Horse, and my young son Jeff, thank you very, very much.
John, don't run away. A perpetual trophy which is owned by the Sedan Car Club of Western Australia, of Australia I should say, in 1983-84. Chris Blunden won it, Tony Grinstead the next year, Peter Aylett in 85-86, Michael Long the following year, Ian Gabby Marshall last year. Your name, the Blunden family of South Australia, give you the perpetual trophy for 1987-88. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a perpetual trophy for last year, for 87-88 national champion, and a man who tried hard, Ian Gabby Marshall. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. A great racer in defeat tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, as these great race car drivers stand on the line, what about the big traditional Claremont Speedway 3 cheers? Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Well, there they are, ladies and gentlemen. The national champion for 88-89 was John Singleton. Gabby, you tried hard tonight, and you're certainly a great driver, and I'd love to have you back here one day to take them all on again.
Well, I've certainly enjoyed being here, Con. It's been a privilege and a pleasure to be the national champion, and I gave it my best shot. I really thought I had him there for a while, but can't win him if you don't finish him, and you need oil to finish anything.
Well, maybe John here from BP can fix you up after.
Well, I thought I had the good oil, but it got away on me a little. I seem to have left it around the track, so that's the way it goes. Congratulations to John and all the other drivers, Peter actually. They've driven a terrific race, and it's gone down really well. I thought it was a good race all the way, and everyone gave it their best shot. John's was just that bit better.